Hey guys, Max Anime here, and today we're here to learn why formerly known hero, Great Explosion Mortal God Dynamite hated our favorite donkey hero, Deku. Now, let's get to the video. Katsuki Bokugo has always been an arrogant child who wanted to be on the top of the food chain. He was always the leader of his group, and once he awakened his quirk, he felt as though he was the one to become the next All Might. Him and Deku were friends during their childhood. However, after knowing that Deku had no quirk and he himself had a powerful one, he started seeing Deku as a hindrance. He started calling Izuku Deku as a reference to his name, which means a helpless loser who's completely useless. As they were marching through a forest when they were kids, Bokugo slipped and fell in a river. When his friends worried about him, he could not show them he was affected to keep face, but something happened that would change him and Deku's relationship for a very long time. Deku giving Bokugo a helping hand hurt Bokugo's pride as the kid that was going to suppress All Might, and what made it worse was the fact that Deku was a useless, quirkless hindrance in Bokugo's eyes. In the following years, Bokugo became one of Deku's bullies as the friendship they once had was completely over. In school, Bokugo would mistreat Deku by burning his notebook when he learned he was going to the same high school. However, when he was attacked by the sludge villain, he was surprised that Deku was the one that came to his rescue, even though he didn't have a quirk of his own. But when Bokugo caught up with Deku after being saved by All Might, he berated him for his actions, saying he didn't owe him anything. After both of them got into UA, Bokugo still looked down on Deku, and his anger for Deku grew more and more. Bokugo couldn't understand how Deku was able to develop a powerful quirk after living his life as someone quirkless. Bokugo ended up convincing himself that Deku was hiding his power from him. He was so enraged to the point where he almost attacked him for answers before being restrained by Aizawa. As he felt superior to Deku, he overlooked Deku's intelligence and ingenuity, both of which Deku used along with his quirk to finally stand up to Bokugo in their mock battle. Due to this, Bokugo's ego caused him to believe Deku was making fun of him, even believing in one instance Deku taunted him, such as when Deku tried to help him after Bokugo fell into a river. When Deku finally used his quirk against him, Bokugo was ready to prove himself, only to realize Deku had another plan and defeated him for the first time. After his loss to Deku in the battle trial, Bokugo was in disbelief. His defeat, along with witnessing how talented the rest of his classmates was in comparison to himself, left him frustrated. During that encounter, Deku sought to beat him. He has always shown hostility towards Deku whenever he interacts with him, Deku's presence always irritating him and even shouting at him for no reason. Bokugo's antagonism towards Deku only intensified after seeing Deku improve in his use of his quirk as well as using his moves to help people. After the hero license exam, Katsuki called out Izuku to meet him at the ground beta where they first fought. There, Katsuki told Izuku his deduction on All Might and All for One and correctly deduced Izuku's quirk was given to him by All Might. After Izuku confirmed it, Katsuki attacked Izuku, proclaiming they were going to fight since he wanted to see his potential. Despite growing up together and idolizing the same person, Katsuki did not understand why All Might chose Izuku over himself. During the encounter, Katsuki confides in Izuku that he blames his needing to be rescued as the reason for All Might's early retirement. After the fight, All Might explained to Katsuki about his power, allowing the latter to become one of the few to know the truth of Izuku's quirk. With this, it seemed that no matter how much he hated, Katsuki does at least acknowledge Izuku's abilities. This was the first time that Bokugo started to respect Izuku as a fighter and a rival, going as far as to point out a weakness of the latter's shoe style. Interestingly, despite his malice towards Izuku, Katsuki has on 2 occasions expressed his true feelings in front of him. Once after admitting defeat to Deku and his realization of how powerful he truly was at UA, and the second occasions when he confessed to his anguish towards All Might's current state. Katsuki learns to see just how fearful he is of Izuku's rapid development and how much they could accomplish if they were to work together, and from there he begins to openly express more respect towards Izuku. Although he still sees him as a rival, he has been somewhat less aggressive towards him after their fight. Thanks for watching the video guys, leave a like and subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next video. Peace.